Hey there, this is One Boom, and so today I wanted to talk about my current Season 5 experience in Modern Warfare. It's not positive. This video is going to be a bit of a criticism and a lot of complaint, so just know that going into this, and now this could change over time. I'm still sort of wondering if maybe I just had a couple of bad play sessions. That doesn't really mean the season itself is terrible, but I did want to talk about that, so in this video I have some bullet points on my phone here, and I'm going to just go over them over some gameplay from Season 5, so hopefully you guys are okay with that. So enjoy the video. Alright, so the first big thing on my list is my teammates. This is still a problem. This isn't really a Season 5 issue, but I wanted to get out of the way. Modern Warfare does not have skill-based matchmaking in the way that a lot of people describe it. In my experience, it has babysitting matchmaking, and that's where it finds around 4 players that are way worse than me at Call of Duty, just in general, and makes me have to carry them with maybe one other teammate that's worth a damn, but I'm usually in the second or first place of these matches. Even if I feel like I'm getting my ass kicked, I'm not doing well, I can't get any momentum, I feel like I'm having one of my worst games of all time, and then I look at the scoreboard and I am leading. I'm doing better than everyone else on my team. Meaning, my matches where I feel like I'm at my worst, where I'm not reacting fast enough, my gunfights are sloppy, and I'm just not feeling it, I am still better than my teammates. At least on the scoreboard, they're not getting as many kills, they have more deaths, they have way less score. A lot of times they're not even playing the objective in simple game modes like kill confirmed. When I was streaming last time, there were lots of people just running by red tags during double XP at the start of a new season. Very weird to just avoid easy XP that's just maybe a foot out of your way. And yeah, people just constantly leaving tags behind and not confirming or denying, and so that's just in something simple like kill confirmed. It gets exponentially worse in game modes like domination or hardpoint. It's very demotivating because I don't mind my opponents being good as much as I dislike how bad my teammates are. I can get better by fighting really good opponents, whereas really terrible teammates make me have to fight uphill. Because bad teammates do actually cause deaths. Because if they're on the left lane, you're in the middle lane, and they are incapable of winning gunfights throughout the game, that means an enemy can come through the left lane, kill your 2 incompetent teammates, and come and flank you from behind. If you're constantly getting killed from behind in Call of Duty, you're likely either pushing up too far, or your teammates are not winning their own gunfights. So if that happens throughout an entire game, that means you always have to clean up after your teammates' messes, and it forces you to play way campier, way more conservatively, and that's not really specific to Modern Warfare, that's really in any single FPS game. If your entire team is unable to win gunfights and to lock down map control, your match will be miserable. It doesn't matter the game you're in, but in Modern Warfare, it feels like about 4 out of my 5 matches are like this, and that's very, very concerning to me, because that makes me think that it's not skill-based matchmaking, it's babysitting matchmaking. So, actually, Infinity Ward, I want you to increase the severity of skill-based matchmaking. Call of Duty is a competitive game, and I can get into the headspace of having to compete against other players for a victory, so that's fine. Make my enemies 100% of the time my skill level, or even higher. Fine, go for it. Just make sure my teammates are to match. I'm really tired of running into teams of 3 to 4 good players while I maybe have myself and one other person that is capable of actually consistently winning gunfights. Going down my list of issues, we also have a problem with joining games in progress. I'll be brief because this isn't specific to Season 5, but it's persistent in Season 5. Since Season 5 has started, I think I've joined about 20 games in progress when trying to go into any of the mosh pits, and then I just try to quick match for a couple of different game modes, and still, I keep getting put into losing games, and I can't do anything with that. It makes it very hard for me as a content creator to get gameplay or have a fun stream, when I go to play the game, I keep getting thrown into matches where I really can't do anything. And it also is just demoralizing. It's very tilting to just get pinned in my spawn and have my KD dropped because I joined into a severely losing game. And that just needs to stop. There's so many games that I've gotten into since Season 5 that I just couldn't record or maybe want to rage quit on stream so far just because of what I just said. It's very demoralizing and tilting, and I'm not into that. Call of Duty is a momentum game, and honestly, I wouldn't mind if Call of Duty completely removed in-progress joining. And the reason being, if I'm in a match and my teammates leave and it's a 2v6, I'll leave, my teammate can leave as well, and then we'll forfeit for that team. They can have that win. I'll go join a game that I know won't be in progress. I think you shouldn't be able to join a match in progress if it's been going for longer than 4 minutes. Joining a game where there's 2 minutes left on the clock and all I can do is die out of my spawn is very frustrating. Call of Duty is a game about overwhelming your opponents and getting forward momentum. So although it makes sense, it just sort of breaks my spirit a little bit to have it happen so frequently. It's not the fact that it happens as much as it happens so goddamn frequently. So also there's a problem that's still persisting in Season 5 where after I play a game or two with my friends, it kicks them out of the lobby and I have to go back to the menu and re-invite them. This is a problem that was in the beta. I really don't know what the fuck this is all about. Really, Infinity Ward, fix your matchmaking issues. It's excruciating, but also the lobby. I should be able to invite somebody, play with them, and not have to re-invite them after the game. Okay? This problem was introduced last season, and it's been persistent ever since, and you haven't fixed it. Very disappointing. The next problem is strange time to kill and time to die problems. Really, this is getting frustrating to even talk about, but like, I don't know what else to say. I usually sort of blow off people saying, oh, I keep getting melted this season, they fucked up the netcode. I always roll my eyes at that, but I will say something feels fucking off in the connection. Just weird gunfights where I don't even feel like I'm being shot. Weird gunfights where the enemies don't even seem to be looking at me and then I'm dead. And I just keep, honestly, losing gunfights and getting immediately tilted from them because they didn't feel like actual gunfights, and I felt like I couldn't have done anything to begin with. So, hit detection, time to kill, and time to die feels weirder in Season 5. You know, it's an online game, it's never going to be perfect. In fact, I've been playing a lot of different online FPS games recently, and I will tell you, they're all pretty much the same in terms of how much bullshit do you see in a play session. But Season 5 really feels off compared to Season 4, because I was grinding Season 4 recently, okay? I was playing a lot of the last season, so I have that in my head, you know, how fast I'm going to kill, how fast I'm going to die. You know, that's already in my head, so it feels really off going into Season 5. Something just feels completely backwards. And one of the problems with dying and rage quitting and these session joining things, you know, I think one of the roots of these problems that I'm talking about, you know, people rage quitting and melty deaths, is the MP5 and FAL. So that's so fun to fucking still talk about. Infinity Ward, you absolutely cucked your entire MP player base by not properly dealing with the MP5. You still have not fixed your issue with the MP5. It is a problem in the game. It really should not be able to 3-shot without its 10mm rounds, and those rounds need to kick more. There really is no excuse for the MP5 being this meta for this fucking long. It broke my heart to log onto a new season, and the first thing I die by is the MP5. First thing. And then the FAL. And the FAL is a blatantly, objectively overpowered piece of shit now. I'm tired of dying by it. I was okay with it the way that it was. I thought it was a good, competent, competitive weapon. Now, not so fucking much. It absolutely has ruined 6v6 multiplayer. I am so tired of getting one framed by that thing. So please, for the love of God, Infinity Ward, fix the FAL. Make it so people have to land 2 shots to the upper chest and not 2 shots to my pinky finger. Moving on from there, my problem with the new content now comes in. So the ISO is a bad SMG. I saw some comments saying just because it's not as good as the MP5 and MP7 doesn't mean it's bad. Actually, it does. That does make it bad. The MP5 ruins SMG balance already, but the ISO isn't even as good as the P90. It's another striker in the mix of just why is this SMG here? There's no reason to not use a P90 or NP7 when you want to use an ISO, and there's no reason to not use an Uzi or a Bison when you want to use the striker. Honestly, big fuck up on your part, Infinity Ward. You've added 2 SMGs into this game, and they both blow chunks. You didn't do anything fun with the ISO. You could have given it a really fun close-range damage potential with like the ability to 3-shot with 900 RPM, but only at like 4 meters. You could have done something funny like that. You could have had a really high headshot multiplier. You could have had like a fun conversion kit with like hollow point rounds that makes it deal a lot more damage. You could have done so many fun things, but instead you gave us a gun with a default magazine of 20, a fire rate lower than the P90, and a damage model to boot. It's so fucking bad. I don't understand. Somebody over there is coding these weapons, right? You don't have a monkey with a typewriter. So there's a person there, right? Moving on. The AN94, I don't have any gameplay of here really because all the gameplay I've gotten with it has been on live stream, so my apologies for that. The AN94, I will say, I will review this weapon soon. You'll hear more about it, but it's not easy enough to be meta, so I feel either outclassed or overpowered with it at any given time, which makes it kind of unique. So I do actually want to take a break from ranting and say that, honestly, the AN94 is a very unique and interesting weapon. I didn't think you could add another interesting weapon, but you literally added a weapon that's drenched head to toe in potential, but not overpoweredness. And that is actually kind of a special feat of engineering you got there. So good job. You added a gun with potential that isn't meta breaking. How did you do that? You know, because when you added the AMAX, you killed the AK-47. And when you added the SKS, you killed the EBR. So thank you for adding a weapon that's unique and actually fun to use. Anyway, the last thing is the map. So Oil Rig and Harbor are what I'm going to talk about here, because Livestock's a gunfight map, not really my meme, and I haven't searched the Ground War playlist for the new map yet, so whatever. You really should actually have a 24/7 playlist for your new Ground War maps, Infinity Ward. Come on, you made that map. Oh, no, wait, you didn't. It's a chunk of the Warzone map. I forgot Ground War is a joke. Anyway, moving on. Oil Rig is a very boring map. People have been saying it's very bad. I don't get how it's bad. It is a 3-lane map with some elevated areas and a couple building interiors. It's actually super simple. You could camp on it, you could rush on it. Honestly, it's not bad, but it's incredibly boring, and the weird intercom system on that map is loud as hell. Let me know if you guys know what I'm talking about. On my live stream, it actually interrupted me multiple times just because of how fucking piercing and grating the sound is. Don't know why they did that. Very disappointed. I'm actually kind of getting irritated talking about all this. And then Harbor, like, it isn't a bad map. It's very weird because it is an old map. It is from Call of Duty 1. So, like, honestly, Harbor is such a strange choice to bring back. I don't understand. It's not a bad map. It plays interestingly. I don't hate it. I just don't get it. Like, why add this? Who the fuck wanted Harbor? Who the fuck asked for Harbor? There are really popular Call of Duty 2 maps you could have added. Like, I really don't know why you went with fucking Harbor. I'm actually kind of disappointed. People have been asking for High Rise and Terminal, and you decided that you were gonna grab Harbor? What about Harbor is a worthwhile addition to you guys? Especially since a lot of people's petty complaints about Modern Warfare is that the maps are too big and complicated. I would have figured you'd add like Dome or Strike Zone or something, or Warhawk from Call of Duty Ghosts, something a little bit simpler and cleaner. But no, you decided to go with Harbor from Call of Duty 1. What a weird choice. Maybe it has some sort of like internal importance to you as a development studio, but I'm pretty sure everybody was like the same way I was. They're adding Harbor? What fucking COD game is that from? Oh, it's from COD 1. Oh, I think I remember that. And then also, it should have been a snowy map. I don't know why you made it another desert map. We didn't need more maps to take place in the Middle East. You could have made this map at least unique to look at. Instead, it's boring. It looks like a fucking Counter-Strike Go map. So whatever. So, there you have it. Modern Warfare Season 5 isn't innately bad or anything, but this has been my experience. It's mostly a mix of my consistent Modern Warfare experiences, but the fact that they've sort of progressed in and through Season 5, like, I don't know why you guys don't release weapon changes with your season drops. You buffed a couple guns for Warzone, and I know Warzone's like your baby, but here's my real issue. I can't even be disappointed because technically the amount of content in Season 5 is pretty good. I just wish it was better for me as somebody who enjoys 6v6 multiplayer, and for me it's not. It has cool Warzone stuff, there's some ground war and gunfight things, and then 2 measly 6v6 maps, one of which I never asked for, one of which is kind of just boring and okay. And it makes me feel like I'm not really cared about as a player of your game. As somebody who doesn't give a shit about battle royales, as someone that doesn't really enjoy ground war or gunfight, as someone who really just enjoys Call of Duty's traditional 6v6 style multiplayer, I am incredibly disappointed. If you guys are going to follow the pattern of doing actual weapon balance in the mid-season updates, then I think I'm going to probably hold off on playing too much Modern Warfare before that. I think I'm going to play enough to get some commentaries done and to review the AN94, but for the most part, I think my live streams are going to be more focused on other games, with the occasional Modern Warfare stream, probably an I Need a Weapon stream or something mixed in, because honest to God, your meta is fucked. It's embarrassing. This game is so good in so many different ways. You nailed so much of what large portions of the community were asking for, and yeah, a lot of their voices are kind of being drudged out by the vocal minority of people that can't deal with a map bigger than Shipment. But look, honestly, you did so many good things, but these other decisions that you're making or not making, these weird choices, they're staining your name as developers. Okay, you guys are working uphill, you know that, right? Call of Duty Ghosts was not a huge marketable success. Infinite Warfare was not what everybody had on their Christmas wish list. And really, with Modern Warfare, you took the world by storm with how popular this is, and I'm very proud of you guys, but you're staining yourselves as developers by ignoring simple things that would make the game so much more enjoyable. It's not like Black Ops 4, it's a tangled mess of horrible gameplay design choices. No, it's as simple as take away a 3-shot range from an SMG that's ruling every match. Don't let a DMR 2-shot somebody to any part in the body at 25 meters. It's simple things. That's, in my opinion, that's incredibly simple. Also, you could have fixed the ghost perk by now. And footsteps are in a terrible place. Footsteps are fucking awful. Instead of them being too loud, it's I can't hear somebody until they're 2 feet away from me, even if they didn't have dead silence and they were full bore tack sprinting. That's not good. I have to have my headphones all the way up, and then, no music for me, no talking to friends, because my game volume has to be so high up in order for me to fucking hear footsteps. And yes, I use the boost high preset. I've watched the exclusive Ace video. Anyway, this video's gone on way too long, and I'm actually upset talking about this. This is a game that I told my audience would get drastically better after the holiday season. We're now 8 months into 2020, and I'm still hoping that you guys will nerf the MP5. How? It makes me look like such a fucking idiot. It makes me look like such a shitty content creator. I was basing my optimism off of how you guys turned Infinite Warfare around. And now you guys made me look like a fucking idiot. Season 5 is okay. It's fine. It doesn't hurt me or anything, but so many of the issues I've been complaining about are persisting. I just want to be able to play 6v6 multiplayer without having the meta controlled by 2 guns, don't get me started on spawns, weird footstep occlusion, joining matches in progress, and a matchmaking system that thinks I need to carry 5 people every single time I load up the game. And you still haven't tweaked the ghost perk. You said that in 2019, that you were looking to change the ghost perk, and you never changed the ghost perk. And my kill streaks are still getting shot down with half of an extended mag from a PKM. So, what the hell? I'm upset. I'm irritated. I can't do the things I want to do in this game. It's so close to being perfect, but you guys are so worried about adding a train to Warzone that you didn't even realize that 6v6 multiplayer is fucking dying because of you. There are still positive attributes that will draw me to your game, and I appreciate the things that we have gotten. It's just that some of these things are so boneheaded, I don't know how you guys are fucking this up that badly. And seriously, Harbor, who the fuck asked for that?